JungE is a 2023 science fiction Korean film which premiered on Netflix on January 20th, 2023. It's written and directed by Sang-ho, who directed Train to Busan. Train to Busan presents Peninsula and Hellbound. Now, this story takes place in the 22nd century, where Earth is no longer habitable due to climate change, and humans now have to live in man-made shelters in space. A few of these individuals kind of cause a mutiny in a way, and the individuals themselves are part of the Adriatic and Republic, and they attack Earth and the other shelters and cause a civil war between the Allied force and the Adrian Republic. Now, Captain Jung-Yi is a legendary mercenary of the Allied forces, and in a way kind of leads her team for continued success in certain missions against the Adrian Republic. Now, she has a young daughter who suffers from a lung tumor, and JungE became a mercenary in order to afford the treatments for her daughter. And this goes into really big detail in this film. Now, the day her daughter goes in to get surgery, JungE fails a mission and goes into a coma. Now, KOREAN, which is an institute that kind of is in charge of developing AI technologies and future kind of aspects of how technology will work, convinces her family to clone her brain, promising that they will cover JungE's treatments and her daughter's education and living expenses. Now, 35 years later, in 2194, KOREAN clones JungE's brain to develop an AI mercenary codenamed JungE. The aspect of how this movie is done from start to finish is really brilliant. Sang-ho wrote a phenomenal script and even directed a phenomenal movie. While the science fiction aspect of this film is there, the action scenes are mind-blowing and will just blow you away. How the cinematography is done, how the upshot camera angles are, and how close up you feel to the gunfights and even the hand-to-hand combat. This movie is brilliant, and it even captures the 22nd century, or 2194, in a really interesting fashion. Like, Earth isn't habitable anymore due to climate change. Well, what can happen with climate change? This movie really shows that. And not only that, the design, the set design, which you think, looks like it's actually real, is because of fantastic CGI. The blue screen, the green screen that is used, and how everything is done and comes together was really well put. And not only that, the aspect of how certain monuments are, and how JungE is now a kind of super soldier. I mean, the movie has a mix of the Terminator meets Soldier with Kurt Russell, meets iRobot, meets Blade Runner, meets Aliens. And the reason I say Aliens is because not many Korean sci-fi films have that big female protagonist. And we all know in science fiction films in space, more so than the last 40 years in a way, a lot of the protagonists have been female. And seeing a character like this, JungE, be one of those is really good. The aspect of everything is fun. The Blade Runner feel is there. How, like, Blade Runner had that futuristic feeling of what, the 2020s would look like, well, since they aren't anymore. And now, like, will, JungE capture what 2194 will look like? It's interesting because technology is just moving forward with AI development. Can you really clone your brain and put it into something? What will happen with microchips, or little things for that matter? And the whole thing about knowing what it is, and how this character is really the forefront for the Allied force and the Adrian Republic in a way, is really good. And the civil war between it is there as well. Like, when you come up with certain names and how the man-made structures are built in space for people to live in, that's not far off probably. We don't know. I mean, will it happen? Who knows? Certain aspects of this film were great. There were times where I felt like the bad person, or the villain in this, the bad guy, or the bad woman, whatever it is, whoever you think is the villain in this, let me know in the comment section below, felt really one note. I felt like it wasn't much more forward, it wasn't much more there. But all in all, this is a phenomenal movie, and it's only 99 minutes long. Premiered on Netflix January 20th, 2023, and it's a fun watch. If you love sci-fi, if you love the director Sang-ho because of Train to Busan, Peninsula, and Hellbound, then you're going to enjoy this. I'm really looking forward to seeing if there's going to be a sequel to this, and also to see what Young Sang-ho has in store next for writing and directing. And even the actors and actresses in this, like Kang So-young and Kim Yeon-ju, was a really fun. Now, not only that, Kang So-yeon died ahead of the film's release in 2022 due to a cerebral hemorrhage. So it's really sad to see her that this was her final film that she did, but she gave a phenomenal performance, and it was really fun to see her do this. And not only that, like, this film is very different than any other sci-fi film you watch that is Korean or an American Hollywood sci-fi film, taking place on certain aspects of planets, the different world, Earth, space, whatever that may be. This captures it to a different extent that you've never seen before in a science fiction genre aspect of a movie like this. For me, JungE gets 4.5 out of 5 stars. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought about JungE. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? Will you be checking it out now that I reviewed it? If you have seen it, what did you think about the sci-fi aspect to it, the story, the setting being the 22nd century and in 2194? Did you like the acting, the action, and what do you think could have been done better in this film? And what rating would you give JungE? Let me know in the comment section below about all the questions I just asked. And be sure you click that subscribe button and click that notification bell for new videos on my channel. I'll see you all in the next review video, and thank you for tuning in.